Hello and welcome back to Clownfish TV. It is me, Geeky Sparkles, and I am here without Neon today because he is elsewhere doing something. I have another Disney video for you. This is like the third one I have today, but there's been a lot going on. So Disney is releasing a new season of Phineas and Ferb. It's going to be technically season 5 of the show. They just dropped a trailer and release date information on the show coming, I think, June. And people are talking about it a lot because it looks just like the show. I mean, they actually listened on this one, except for a couple things. You really couldn't even tell that it wasn't initially intended to be a 5th season that aired back in the day. It looks just like it, sounds just like it. The voices are a little bit older on some of the characters, but it looks great. Like, this is what, if you're going to have something brought back and revived, this is exactly how you do it. Take note, Hollywood. But I want to talk about something else associated with this. And it's the way Disney's releasing this show. They're doing it in such a way that they're going to focus on the Disney Channel and Disney XD and their YouTube channels first. And I think there's some reasons for that. But it sounds like they're trying to do what they can to bring back the Disney Channel. So before we get into it any further, please like and subscribe. If you do, I will give you a woohoo. And we're going to talk about this. So Phineas and Ferb, the trailer dropped. If you haven't got to see it, go check it out. It's really good. You can go out on Twitter to YouTube, Hearts and Princesses. I have a link directly to it. You can see it there. But what's interesting about the new show is that they're going to do a sneak peek of it on Monday, May 26th at 11:35 a.m. However, it's only going to be on Disney Channel, Disney XD, and Disney Channel YouTube. They're not putting it on Disney Plus for their sneak peek. You have to go out to those channels. Now, Disney Channel and Disney XD are famously, declining, massively declining, rapidly declining. The Disney Channel, for example, used to be 2 million on average daily primetime viewers in 2014, daily. Now they have a measly, well, this is 2023, it's probably less now, 132,000 daily viewers, likely less. And it has been an ongoing topic of discussion that we've brought up about what's happening in Disney Channel. They've actually shut down Disney channels in other countries because Disney has put their focus on Disney Plus. And as a result, Disney XD and the Disney Channel have taken a huge hit. And they are not watched by hardly anyone at this point. A lot of Disney Channel originals, Disney Channel shows, things that you would expect it to launch there are now available on Disney Plus as well. Or, old stuff is just on Disney Plus, meaning people don't have to go watch television. But linear TV keeps coming up as something that people are worried about because linear TV, that's for those who don't know, linear TV is like when you're watching your shows that are like programs on your TV. Like, it's this time, if you're watching network television, that the show's going to be on at 6 o'clock every Thursday, and that's when it's going to be on. That's linear television. Where streaming, you can just go watch it whenever you want, on demand, that kind of stuff. So there's a difference. Until we had the streaming wars, most people were just focused on linear television. People still use television to watch streaming and things like that. In fact, recently we talked about how YouTube beat Disney as the biggest media company and in the TV viewing share. So when people are watching things on their TV, they're watching YouTube on their TV at 11.6%. Disney's only 10%. I mean, now when you combine it with Netflix and some other stuff, it probably comes out ahead. But they're watching YouTube and not the actual, Disney shows, Netflix, those kind of things, whether it be linear or streaming, on their TV as much as they're watching YouTube, which is probably why they're releasing things to YouTube. So there's a clear reason why they're doing this. I think advertising money has a lot to do with it too, because they can get money for the linear TV as well. And they also have their own channel. They want to sell people to go to channels, as well as the fact that they can get the money on streaming. So that's a whole revenue stream that they could be losing. But for whatever reason, they seem to be wanting to bring Disney Channel back, because when the first 2 episodes are going to launch on June 5th, not only the first 2 episodes are going to be on Disney Channel and Disney XD, and I believe the YouTube channel will get one of the episodes. So those 2 episodes will be on June 5th on Disney Channel and Disney XD at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. If you want to watch the entire show on Disney Plus, you can on June 6th. So you have to wait a day, or at least a few hours, to watch it on Disney Plus. And this way, it also could be a way they want to report the money. It went to Disney Channel first. It could be a way to shuffle money around too, like they've done before with other streaming shows that end up on Disney Channel instead of Disney Plus. That is also a possibility. But they're really pushing to put things on Disney Channel and Disney XD first. And this comes after, lots of discussion about these channels dying on linear TV being a problem because of streaming services, and how Iger keeps, indicating that linear TV is fine, it's fine. And then all this happens. It's very like, where I'm concerned. And the YouTube channel makes sense too. I'm surprised only putting one episode on it, because if YouTube is dominating the television streaming and it's kicking Disney's butt in a couple other ways as well, by putting their shows on YouTube, on their YouTube channel, then they also get part of that. They get a share of that TV. Like, they're beating them in TV, but part of their the amount of people that are watching on TV watching Disney content. So this way they get their Disney content viewed too. Same with their trailers and stuff. It counts towards that YouTube, winning streak that's surpassing Disney. So I don't know. I just thought it was really, really interesting because we're seeing here YouTube is like beating them on regular television. Well, television screens. You can watch streaming on TV, which I don't normally do, but my husband and kids actually do quite often. And they're talking about how people are watching YouTube more, like it's up 53% versus 2 years ago. And TV has grown from 7.9% to 11.6% for YouTube. But people are starting to watch things back on television again, but they're just watching it via, through YouTube or Disney Plus or the streaming services. So I think they want to get their linear stuff moving as well. I just found it really interesting, especially given how, they've been really pushing lately for Disney Channel for different premieres. And it's weird to me that they're putting it on Disney Channel first. The only things, like I said, I could think of are either because they're trying to boost Disney Channel and Disney XD, or they're trying to shift things there for the money. But that got Bob Chapek in trouble with investors. One of the reasons investors were suing Bob Chapek and Kareem Daniel and Christy McCarthy was they said they felt like they were misled in the way the money was appropriated for these shows that they were supposed to be Disney Plus shows, and they were supposed to be boosting Disney Plus subscribers, and they launched it on linear instead first, so they could basically, move money around and say the money was for that. I don't know if that's the case here, but I do think this is going to be a big deal. My kids watch this all the time, like Ducky Momo and all that stuff. They had the Perry the Platypus, scavenger hunt at Epcot. Huge deal, incredibly popular. I think Phineas and Ferb were at one of the events just the other day, at one of the special events, or at Epcot for one of their run events or something. They were out. I remember seeing pictures of them being out, and people were all excited. I used to watch this with my kids. The show was really great. I don't care if you're a kid or adult. It was a good show. And I'm really happy to see them bringing it back, and they're doing it right. I hope this is a good sign moving forward with other, Hollywood shows, other Hollywood movies, that they're starting to catch on that people, if you're going to bring something back that has an audience, people want what they expect. They don't want it changed. They don't want, Candace to now be, trans, and, I don't know, one of the other characters is suddenly, be in a wheelchair or something. They already were diverse. They already had, different types of kids, different types of people on the show. It was widely diverse. No one cared. No one thought anything of it. That's just, that's this character and that's that character. Nobody cared. Because, like I keep telling everyone, back then, nobody cared. It was just like, okay, that's this kid. This character happens to be Asian. Fine. No one thought anything of it. But they just bring it back exactly like it is. They aren't seeming to change too much. Hopefully they don't. I hope this succeeds. And I think we need to support it. If it is like the other show, it is a legitimate season 5 and they didn't change things, I would recommend supporting this, because we need to send a message telling them, yes, this is how you do it. Stop changing everything and then telling us that we're the problem. No, this is how you do it. But anyway, I just found it all interesting. What do you think? Are you excited about Phineas and Ferb coming back? What are your thoughts on them releasing it on YouTube and Disney Plus, or Disney Channel and Disney XD before they release it on Disney Plus? I mean, it's only 2 episodes, but it's still weird. Like, why bother? So comment, let us know, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.